I'm Erick Lorinc, creator of The Last Thanksgiving and the upcoming Live in Sherry's.
This is Slashers Podcast, and we're here to excite you, make you have a lot of good times, enjoy horror, and let's be honest, talk a little shit. And today's Talk a Little Shit starts off with a podcast that we all love. The people that are on it are always kind of cool. That's us.
Lance, what are you talking about? Can you just say what you need to say?
I need you to say what I said. Why do you always interrupt my moment of bringing in the people and then you ruin it? You're like the person who screams before the horror moment happens and someone gets stabbed and murdered and killed. Point is, folks.
Well, you know, sometimes people who do podcasts end up disbanding. And if there's going to be a disbandment in this podcast, it's going to be because of someone that's name starts with an aid. But who also has disbanded their podcast, Lance, since that's what you want to talk about.
Yeah, no. Let's talk about.
I was going to say something completely just.
I know. I was like, what was the name of the podcast again, Aid? You have more of the information than I do. So that's what I wanted to say.
Okay, so Lance, as we all know, Lance loves to start a conversation, but he has no idea what the hell he's talking about. So.
And we all love this podcast, apparently, so we know what it's called. And
yeah, apparently we're big fans. I didn't know. I had no clue.
We are big fans. We're big fans. We're big fans.
I admit I have not listened to a single episode of this podcast. However, it's not that no, because when they first started, I would just watch the videos they would post on Instagram, right? Because they used to like post like little clips like we do. Or we did. We don't do as many now, but I probably see why, because it's a little difficult. Anyways, the podcast is called Talk Scary to Me, helmed by Danielle Harris and Scout Taylor Compton. And apparently the show has stopped. So they have actually been doing it for 4 years. I didn't realize it's been that long. I feel like, yeah, because it was around the time that I started doing the podcast with Jake and Doug. So I'm like, we had so many co-hosts on the show.
We've been doing this longer, because I remember when they announced it and someone was like, oh, our competition. And I was like, that is not our competition. We do not have the same following. Like, we're not even going to be in the same league as that podcast is going to be. But still.
Well, you know, not for nothing. I think that they had a good premise to it. They're both very pretty, and you know, they do have a following, obviously. They both starred in Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2 together. Scout Taylor Compton played Laurie, if you don't remember, and Danielle Harris was not only Jamie in Halloween 4 and 5, but she was also Annie in Halloween 1 and 2 for Rob Zombie's Halloween. But I guess somebody, I don't know, I was hearing on other podcasts and other articles that Danielle Harris was getting pissy about the whole David Gordon Green snubbing her kind of thing. And then she got pissy that Jamie Lee Curtis, I guess, snubbed her at something. I don't know what it was. I think it was a Halloween premiere.
Yeah, it was the I think Halloween Ends premiere, and it was Scout and Danielle together, and they were, I guess, doing like a photo op with Jamie Lee Curtis, and Jamie Lee Curtis didn't know who they were, and they were kind of like taken aback. But you know, she admits that she doesn't watch these movies, so she's not going to know who you are.
Yeah, and I don't see Jamie Lee watching Rob Zombie films. I'm going to put that out there. I don't see her being interested in that kind of thing. So it's not, I don't think that she thinks she's above it. I just think it's not her thing. So
she's probably only interested in it as much as she needs to be for most things. You know what I mean? Like that's.
Yeah, and she wasn't involved with them, so why the hell would she watch it? I'm like, I'm not, like, if I'm gonna watch a movie, I want to watch my movie. No, just kidding. I don't know you, Jamie Lee. I'm not trying to. I don't know Danielle or Scott Taylor Compton. I've met Danielle Harris a couple times. She's always been very nice to me. I have her autograph. Like, I do like her a lot. But whatever, they disbanded, and basically it said that after 4 years it ended because it started feeling like work, and they wanted to preserve their friendship. With Harris mentioning things got weird, and they decided to support each other from the sidelines, but they did a final live show at Scarefest and focused on other projects like making a movie together. according to fan discussions and interviews. So there's that. It's whatever. It's 4 years. They probably just didn't want to do it again. They're probably getting, pissy with each other about things. And just so you know, Mikey, okay, my show doesn't stop. I just make people leave it. So there's
We know.
that.
We know.
Guys,
Everybody, just listen to the last what?
Well, I'm not
5
going to
years
make
when
a
it all
whole
went
fucking
down?
video about it on Instagram. So there's
But
that.
anyway, we'll do a compilation of guests that Aid has scared away. But
Should.
I mean, host. I don't care, to be honest. I don't know if there's drama. I don't care if there's drama. Danielle Harris, I liked her in Rob Zombie's Halloween. Like, she does some movies that are cool. Scout Taylor Compton, I didn't really care for her in Halloween. I haven't really seen anything she's done that I cared for. That doesn't really mean that I dislike her. But I did have one experience with her, but we won't go into that. That was on set. That was on set. That wasn't at a convention. It's always so weird when the horror genre has drama, because it's like, who cares? It's horror. Like, both of them are going to be fine. They both have careers in acting, even if it's just B movies, because some of these articles are going to be like, oh, one of them is not as higher echelon of an actress than the other. It's like, who cares? They're working. Like,
Yeah.
whatever.
I mean, and the thing is, I think Danielle Harris is a good actress. In fact, I'm rewatching Roseanne. I'm in the season that she's in. So there's that. She's been in a shit ton of things, and like, not for nothing, but Scout Taylor Compton. I can't. By the way, I don't like her very much as an actress. I hated her in Gilmore Girls. I just think she's annoying. I thought she was an annoying Lori. Like, I didn't really care for her as Lori. So, I mean, I'm sure she's a really nice girl. Like, I'm not saying she's a bad person. I just don't particularly care for her acting. But she is directing a new movie with Freddie Prinze Jr. in it. So
Cool.
there's that.
to bring it to it. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, because I was gonna say also, she, even though the movie was terrible, she didn't do bad in that All the Creatures Were Stirring. And it's not that she does bad. I don't think she's a bad actress. It's just like you said in Halloween, Laurie was really annoying. And then Gilmore Girls, she played like a brat. So yeah, of course we're not gonna like care for her.
She's good at playing that kind of character, I guess I should say.
Well, speaking of actors being called out just recently, and I think all of us have seen this, but let's talk about the Mathew Lillard, Quentin ankles, whatever the hell's going on with why he even bothered to like with little poor Mathew, who was just minding his own fucking business and having a good week. know.
Are you trying to be the Wendy Williams of horror?
No.
Calling out everybody's drama.
I'm just saying we're doing new stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, this is coming out.
Lance is like, how you doing? Let's talk about
yeah.
who's jealous of Mathew Lillard? Quentin Tarantino.
I mean, we do have, Five Nights at Freddy coming out, part 2. It came out on the 5th. So this is the weekend of that movie. So hopefully somebody have gone to see it if they like that kind of stuff. I never saw 1 really, to be honest with you, and I never really got into the video games. So I'm excited to maybe try to get into it a little bit, maybe. But now that they have a 2, but yeah, but Matthew,
you'll like the first one. I know Aid hates it, but I think you'll like it because you like kids stuff.
Yeah.
I'm excited to watch the second one because apparently it has Skeet in it also.
Yeah.
And I really like the girl I forgot her name, but she also played Beck in the very first You. She was the original victim in season 1 of You. Nice. I like her. But, again, I don't care about millionaire problems.
Yeah, but do you think it's fucked up though that he would come out of his way just to like is it because his kids like Five Nights at Freddy and then he just decided to shit on him or something like that?
I don't know what the original source of what Quentin Tarantino said. I can tell you out of both of them, Mathew Lillard is definitely someone I'd prefer to meet. Yes, Quentin Tarantino has made great movies, but what has he done lately? Mathew Lillard is still working. It'd be more fucked up if someone like Skeet Ulrich said that about Mathew Lillard, or, the things about these, it's Mathew Lillard is a working actor still. It'd be different if he was like struggling or whatever. So like he insinuated in his post, I'm sure it sucks to hear and people don't like what you provide as a service regardless of what you do. But I don't think he's gonna be. If anything, it gives him more clout. Like Tiffany Shepis wrote a whole thing about it and was like, Quentin Tarantino, please punch further down and insult me so I can get more media coverage also.
Yeah, no, I mean, good publicity, bad publicity. I mean, he's probably reveling in it a little bit, but I mean, I just think it was uncalled for. I mean, hey, what did you think?
Well, I'm trying to see exactly what he said. I can't really find exactly what he said, except that he said, I didn't like,
He
he
didn't care
said,
for Mathew Lillard's
he said,
acting.
I don't care for Mathew Lillard.
But at the same
Okay.
time, we just said that about Scout Taylor Compton. So does that mean? But then again, we're not filmmakers. Well, of that.
Well, Scout Taylor Compton does not give a fuck about my opinion. And I'm not trashing her as a person. Like, I'm not trashing, like, I mean, she's working. She's a beautiful girl. She does work. So, like, what the fuck? Who the fuck am I to say anything? I'm just saying that's just my opinion. I'm not fucking Quentin Tarantino running around talking shit about people. Like, first of all, why does he care to say anything? And
Yeah.
second, and
Absolutely.
you've got all this fucking money, you asshole. Like, and you're kind of a creep. So why are you deflecting your views on other actors? And also too, like we've got the new Scream coming out. Matthew Lillard's becoming important again, so I think that's pissing him off. But to say that Matthew Lillard is a bad actor, like, are you like watch? First of all, SLC Punk, hello, like he's everything he's in. He fucking nails it. Even that shitty ass Five Nights at Freddy's movie, I can't stand.
But would you say the same thing, just like you just said a minute ago? Is Quentin basically just saying his opinion? Like, I wouldn't put him in one of my movies. I mean, I'm sure he thinks that way about a lot of people, but he's not really calling them out
Yeah, but
randomly.
my opinion doesn't like no one's gonna listen. Like no, my fucking opinion is not going to make the headlines on People Magazine. Like, so I'm reading this on People Magazine right now.
Hmm.
So, like my thing is like if you don't like someone and you know that you're an influential person in Hollywood, like you don't need to say anything. Like Matthew
Yeah.
Lillard and that video I sent you earlier, and that girl made a really good point. Matthew Lillard is not a problematic actor. He does not have issues that arise. He's never been accused of like feeling anybody up or assaulting women or doing anything, wrong or even like cheating on his wife. So because he's a nice guy, like we're gonna fucking come after him. Like, no, like that's bullshit.
Absolutely.
And he was right when he said, like you wouldn't say that to Tom Cruise. Like Quentin Tarantino's not gonna go after Tom Cruise because the Illuminati or whatever the fuck he's a part of is probably gonna go after him. What are they? Scientology? I don't know. It's all bullshit.
both.
But yeah. So I mean, like, come on. I don't know. I'm like, and I even feel bad. I don't want to say like I hate it when I say I don't like um a girl actress or I say that because like I don't want to say that I'm putting down women. Like I'm not putting down women, but you
No.
know, I think that obviously, these people are still making an influence. So, regardless if you like them or not, yes, I know that Quentin Tarantino is allowed to have his opinion, Lance. However,
I'm just playing devil's
his
advocate in
opinion
this
means more to
situation.
people than mine. So
Well,
there's
you also
that.
have to be there. There's a certain responsibility you assume when you're in a certain position. Like we are not Quentin Tarantino, but we also don't tell people not to watch certain movies that we don't like. We
Mhm.
recommend that people watch whatever they want to watch to help support the genre in general. If we didn't have a podcast, fuck yeah, I'd be like, don't waste your time with that movie. Um, but it's our responsibility to make sure that our opinions aren't impacting other people's careers, unless it's like a really shitty person. Um,
Sure.
Mhm.
but that goes all the way up, to Quentin Tarantino. Like your opinion could prevent him from getting work. And like Aid said, there's nothing wrong with him. It's not like he shouldn't work because he's XYZ. Like, no, he's a perfectly fine person. I'm sure he's very sweet. Because he seems kind of like a Devon Sawa type. Like you could just like know that you can go up to their booth at a convention and they'll be nice. Um,
Well, the thing about it is too is he just did what was that movie with the guy who played Loki? What's his name?
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, he did that movie just recently, and he had a small part in it, and he was getting a lot of acclaim for his his speech, or he did some kind of role. I forget it. I think it's like kind of like a Benjamin Buttons type of name. I forget the name of it, but he had a little part in it, and he got a lot of good like press about it because it was a really good, deep emotional moment. It wasn't like anything with about horror movies or anything like that, or it was an actual just I think a regular just drama-esque kind of movie, and yeah, like So it's not like he's a bad actor. I don't understand why. You know what I mean? Maybe he just hasn't been given a chance because of people like Quentin who decided to just kind of shit on him for prior, things he's done and just not take him serious. But like, I don't know why. I mean,
Well, I think the issue is we don't know all the facts.
Yeah.
So we're kind of just talking a lot of hearsay still.
True. Well, other news going on right now. Just to let you guys know out there, some movies that you can go try to support in the theater right now. We have Dust Bunnies, which we talked about for our Patreon members. If you got to see our thing, if you pay a little extra, you'll hear us talk more about it. But that comes out December 12th. We also have the reboot, I guess, of Anaconda from the 1997 creature feature with Jack Black and Paul Rudd. And that's on the 12th. Yeah, I know.
When does it come out, Lance?
It's supposed to come out on Christmas Day, actually. It is set to release on Christmas Day. But the Dust Bunny is actually December 12th. Let's see what we got. Some streaming stuff going on. Let's see. Shine Godzilla and Sinners are going to be on various streaming platforms, Netflix, Hulu, and Prime Video. Even though just recently Netflix just bought up Warner Brothers and all their streaming stuff. So that's kind of crazy big news. So who knows what's going on with all that. Let's see. Let's gaming stuff. I don't know if any of you guys want to hear any of our gaming stuff, but new demos and a free demo for the new psychological horror game Letter Lost is currently available on streaming. I don't know how much you guys are into this video games. Let me know. I'll give you more information next time or something like that, or we'll just start trying to do more horror video game stuff if you guys are interested.
Message Lance if you want that in the show, guys.
Yeah, please.
Not H just going to take it out.
Yeah, I know. She's not going to be into it. But just like everything else we like to do here in horror stuff, we have lots of different genres of things that are in horror. So just trying to give you all the information you guys want to hear and, love. So with that being said, we're going to get into our actual
into the intro finally.
No, we are slashers, and this is what we're doing. No, just kidding, guys. Do you guys have anything new going on? Anything you watched? Whatever. I guess let's do that.
I saw Zootopia 2.
Oh, nice.
And it was great. Surprisingly deep. And
the shows here are really eye-opening.
Yeah, it's very much just about gentrification. Still watching Dairy and Stranger Things, which I can't help but I don't know if maybe I'm just the way that the episodes are aligning for me because I'm not fully caught up. I still in the middle of the 4th episode of Stranger Things, which I know is the last one, but I'm like, these line up. The overarching, the kids get together, the kids are deciding what to do. This happens, that happens. The government comes involved, and I'm like, I'm watching the same show. But I think that's all. And then, with Stranger Things, I don't think we did touch on it a little bit last time.
Mm-hmm.
But the only thing I have to say is, I shared the meme last night. It said something like, what was it? Karen, I'm just gonna look at it again.
I liked it. I remember I liked it.
Yeah, it was like Karen Wine Wrist Wheeler.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah, that was funny, actually.
I love that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fine. And Aid touched on this last time, but there's something about the actress who plays Holly that I'm like, girl, get tested. How old are you?
Yeah, I don't know. That character is not doing it for me. So if she goes, I won't mind.
Yeah.
How about you? Anything new?
I finished The Chair Company, and that last episode is horrifying. So if you guys have not seen that fucking stupid, it's so stupid, but it's so good. The Chair Company in the last episode, a couple jump scares in it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what the fuck this guy is going on in Tim Robinson's head, but
he's pretty old.
Brilliant.
And he's memes everywhere, right? It's pretty much his thing is
Yeah.
everything he does becomes a meme.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, he's hilarious. So, really good job, Tim. So, I think he picked it up for 2 more seasons. If you still haven't watched it, it's currently streaming on HBO Max, and I think it's the highest rated comedy in HBO Max right ever. So, there's
Wow.
that.
Yeah, another thing that might be afflicted by Netflix buying old
Mhm.
Warner Brothers and stuff like that. I said inflicted.
And that is the correct word to use, Lance.
Yes. All right. So I always forget what we call our month. Is this something Christmas, something,
It's
something?
on the folder.
I don't know. Sometimes I pay attention. Let's go to the folder
Even your
here.
camera's confused. It keeps going blurry. It's like,
I
what
know,
is this
because
talking about?
Either way, folks, it's a Christmas horror movie, and it was my pick this time. And I went a little foreign on us a little bit, and a little bit different than I normally do, because I'm usually the one that picks something very, I don't know, when we say
obscure.
trauma-ish, obscured, or just straight up like gore on gore. So this time,
But keeping on brand, we have assault on a disabled person and the death of animals. Like it's perfect. It's a Lance movie. So I was like,
Jesus.
Hmm.
Hey, I've never seen this movie before, folks. Mikey actually has, so he could have warned any one of us before I said, "Yeah, let's do this."
I
So
think I remember this movie came out in what, 2020?
2021.
I wouldn't remember. You didn't say the facts, so
Okay. Either way, this movie is called The Event Calendar.
no, it's Advent.
Avid. Oh, the Avid. Avid.
No, Advent.
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 Sound
It's
it out,
I'm
Lance.
saying people know what it is. It's a fucking Christmas calendar that you pop over every little chocolate little thing each day of the month,
If you
folks.
were texting Lance and he put AVETT calendar, what do you think that is, audience? A
Advent.
vet calendar?
Either or. I mean, let's be honest. I'm not the greatest speller, so that's how that goes.
Lance, talk into your mic, please.
Yes, I am.
And sit closer to the camera because the thing keeps going in and out.
Yes, Mom. Good Lord.
She's
Well,
just
they
looking
didn't.
out for you, Lance. You want
I
those
know,
views.
I didn't. Either way, so this movie grossed about 456,555 doll hairs, approximately, for the whole worldwide release of this. It's also like it was like released by Universal, which I was a little thrown off because you figured it would have been a little bit more received, or they even would have tried to dub it. Like honestly,
They might have a dub. You might had to have changed your settings to see a dubbed version. But I was also when the da, 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 I was like, is this a Universal movie? Is
yeah,
this in the same field as Frankenstein and Dracula? Um, but quality wise, it's fine. It's good.
yeah. No, just to give you guys a little segue about this movie. Let's see. It's a popular French holiday horror film about a prolific woman, paraplegic,
Paraplegic.
paraplegic woman named Eve who receives you know what,
Advent calendar.
Advent calendar.
just a antique.
Oh my goodness, are you talking to Holly from the Upside Down right now?
So it's one of those Advent calendars. It's a giant wish, but demands sacrifice to turn a festive countdown into a deadly game of temptation and consequences. Let's see, blending classic devil deal tropes with themes of ambition and morality, earning praise for its unique concept and surprising depth, and some mixed reviews, I guess Rick's, on the exception of gore. So basically, usually what I bitch about, which is basically not having enough gore, is what it's kind of getting shit for, which it had a little at the end-ish, and some of the stuff in between, but like it didn't. But what did you guys think, just kind of based off of what we're talking about? Slow start, I get it. Kind of giving you a story to where we're going. How did you guys feel about it in the beginning?
Well, since I've seen it already, I'll go first. So I saw this a couple years ago. I don't think I finished it, but it's very strange because I remember everything up to like the last 10 minutes. And I was like, did I stop this movie and not finish it? And I told you guys when you were like, let's watch it, I was like, oh yeah, I totally forgot about that one. And I was happy to do it again because I remember when I first watched it, I was like, I wish it had more popularity because I do think it's pretty good. It's a holiday movie. Is it French? I believe it's French.
French. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's French and it's it feels very wintry, but it doesn't, it's a little Christmassy, but it feels mostly wintry because all the snow, the coats, yada, yada, yada. But there's not a lot of like Christmas decor. We're not talking about Black Christmas here where they just like put all the lights everywhere. But I was able to get over it. I mean, because it's about an advent calendar. But gore-wise, I didn't even really think it was lacking in gore just because it's violent. I don't think you need to have gore to be violent. The girl in the bathtub getting all wishy-washy. But I think visually it looks like a big budget movie, which I appreciate. I think the advent calendar itself had a lot of thought put behind it because it's very pretty. It looks like something you would find in like a church cellar that you shouldn't open.
Yeah.
My only complaint about the movie in general is just the creature design of Itch. Is that his name? Itchy Itch.
Each would be the design. I think the French wording for the movie was "le calendar," so it's like that's how they have it on theirs, but then they change it obviously for American viewers.
I thought Itch was one. Maybe that's
No,
Japanese.
Itch is the name of the creature. Yes, Mikey, you're correct.
Yeah, it is. But I'm just saying in general, like there was like different names for certain things, but like yeah, the creature monster could have been better. Aid, what's your feelings on some of the beginning parts of it?
No.
Just no.
No to this movie. It was fine. Like it was interesting at the beginning. But no, I don't like first of all, the dog dies in the movie, everybody, and I hate that. Like
And spoiler.
whatever, you already said it. One of you already said it.
Stay with me.
No, yeah, it was Mikey. So I think that the girl, I really like the characters in the movie. I do like Eva. I do like her girlfriend, Sophie. Was it Sophie or Sophia? I can't remember.
So
Um,
yeah.
but I really like their friendship and their dynamic. And I think it's really cool that, you find out how Ava gets in the chair because she used to be a dancer. And obviously we know she gets in a really bad car accident, but we don't know why. And then you find out later that it's her best friend who's the reason, she gets in this car accident. And ironically enough, the best friend gives her this fucking calendar. So there's that. It's
And steals her man, or could have been her man, I guess, technically.
yeah,
I wasn't
basically,
really that interested.
yeah,
But she did send her home with a rapist.
she did.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, she came in
Yeah,
with a guy.
she
you know.
crippled her and then stuck her with a rapist and then but you're dealing with a French film, so we have to remember that it's still going to have things in there that are going to be triggering because the French are very open about these things.
Yeah.
Did you guys catch the undertow of religious things going on because of the fact that she was Eve, and then it's supposed to Ichi was supposed to be like the devil, I guess. At least these are what it was in the notes that Aid actually came up with. But like one of those things where it was like it was more of a test, the devil's test, to see, here's an opportunity for her to maybe get her legs back. But it would be having to blame people for certain things that she seemed to had already kind of like gotten over. I mean, she didn't seem like she blamed her friend for getting in the car accident, and she obviously seemed fine at the end run. Like there's the boss guy that is kind of a shithead because he's pissed at her for like doing too good at her job, and make people not having to owe him money and stuff like that. Like, did you catch any of those things?
No, I mean, I was thinking to myself, like, there's a lot of religious imagery. Like the calendar itself has like Jesus all over it, and then the little marshmallow things look like baby Jesus. Well, I guess they were baby Jesus. So yeah, I mean, I noticed that, but I didn't even put together that her name was Eve because they called her Eva the whole time. So I don't know if that was on purpose or what, but I did notice how hot the swimmer guy was in the beginning.
I too noticed that, Mikey.
Yes.
And then he got hotter at the end because I didn't realize how cute his haircut
What about
was.
William?
Yeah.
Poor William actually is the one that helped her the whole time and didn't even get laid.
He was cute.
Well, That wasn't even voluntary. She drugged him.
Exactly. And she got him killed. And this is my thing. It's like it's such a dreary film. I knew I kind of had a feeling that it was going to drag a little bit because instead of doing the 12 days of Christmas, it does all 25 days, right, of the month. And I'm like, ugh,
Yeah.
like
And then there's that one time where it skips 4 days because she got drugged.
Well, that's what I'm
exactly.
saying. That's actually pretty cool because I was like, did you guys actually? I did really care. I like the scene where, weirdly enough to bring up Quentin, but like that style where at one point in the film you're seeing the other part of the film where like she's behind the mirror
Oh, yeah.
and she writes the thing.
Like,
I thought that was kind of when she's scratching. I thought that was kind of cool. I mean, did you guys like for all part of? Did you like the atmosphere, the way it was set up, and the way the film looked? Because I thought that was really pretty. A lot of the snow scenes.
I did. I thought it was, like I said, it made up for like the lack of like Christmas decorations for
Right.
qualifying to be like a Christmas movie because it was very wintry. So I was definitely on board for that. But we talked briefly about her and Sophie, I think, her friend. And I wanted to ask, because I did it, if there's ever a horror film with two friends that are females, do you deconstruct the relationship about how this, because usually horror is made by men, sorry, but most horror movies are made by men or written by men. We do have some women writers out there, but sometimes I'm like, how do guys see women relationships?
Oh, I mean, Aid probably be the best one to start off with this one. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know. I think that there's always like one that's like the carefree, fun one, right? And there's always like one that's like to the wayside. So got Ava, who's just, well, obviously, and then she's crippled. And then they've got her friend who's like the really pretty one, and she's got this whole life, she lives in Germany, she does all this stuff. I always feel like you have like, and I don't know if this is men writing for women, but I think it's just a regular trope in films that there's like the vibrant, fun friend, the pretty one, and there's like the frumpy, not frump, she's not really frumpy, but there's always like the meh kind of like, she's not, no stuck in a book, kind of geeky, whatever girl. So it's like there's only two types of girls, right? And of course, the one who's like the carefree, fun one is the one that's, going to get punished. Not that,
But do you really find that different though than with the guys? Because I mean, that's always the same thing with the guys too, right? Like there's always the nerdy guy, the jock guy, the so forth one. I mean,
No.
I don't know. I don't know.
was
Like,
just
give me an
wondering 'cause-
example. What movie are you talking about with guys like that?
Yeah, Lance.
just
Um,
name them. I mean,
Well, the guys in this movie didn't really have personalities, to be honest. Like even, we talked about the hot guy in the pool, and then we talk about William, was that his name?
yeah, William. Yeah.
Yeah. They if you were to like change those characters around throughout the movie and switch them, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah.
But it's, I don't know. I was just something that I was thinking about earlier when I was watching the movie. I was like, I always tend to like analyze the female relationships in movies when it comes to like friends. And maybe it is because, I don't think they put that much emphasis on the relationship aspect of men. When it comes to horror movies, it's usually like, oh, we're just gonna get together and drink or like, do something. Yeah, but then, whenever you have women in horror movies, usually it's one gets the other one in trouble or there's backstabbing going on or something. So when I was watching it, I think they were good friends. I don't think, one of them fucked over the other one, even though the whole car accident thing, but Um,
Yeah, but do you think that? I mean, like the scene where she was there with the one guy, the rapey dude, the assaultist person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then she says, "Oh yeah," she switches up. The second that guy seems like he's actually interested in her friend in the wheelchair, Eva. She automatically is like, "Oh, cool," and then leaves and goes basically just to switch up on her. She is the one that stole the Advent calendar, to give it to her. Like she finds that out later on, and then even though she seems to care about her, you know what I mean? She's like more than willing to fuck her over any chance she gets.
Well, I don't know if it's fucking her over. I think from my point of view watching with that situation with the double date thing, she knows that she's not really into it. And she probably knows that, she can't feel anything below her waist, so she's not interested in going home with these guys.
Right.
And so, maybe also to kind of save her having to tell this guy that might like her, like, hey, just so you know, later on, nothing's gonna happen. She's like, I'll do it. Um, so I don't know. To me, like that part wasn't messed up because the main character, Eva, didn't even really seem bothered that she kind of swiped him.
Mm.
The biggest sin was letting her go home with the guy that they knew was an asshole,
Yeah.
or let him take her home.
Well, I think that a lot of Ava's like a lot of her feelings, she has clearly like internalized everything, right? Because you can't tell how she's feeling. But it's been how many years now that she's been in this accident and everybody treats her like shit in her life. She can't even see her father because her stepmom is an evil bit. Like these characters in this movie, these people are so freaking rotten. So that those people treat her like crap. Her father has dementia, doesn't know who she is. Then the man she works for treats her like shit. And then the lady comes in with her feet out. And you guys know I hate feet. Like, ew. Like all of the people, like, and obviously so Ava's internalized like her like feelings towards them, right? She doesn't really necessarily like because she just knows that there's nothing she can do about it. I think she's just kind of resigned to her fate, right? And then the only time you see her really excited is when she realized she can actually control something, right? It's like when she puts a little chocolate in the guy's drink. And so I feel like the monster is sort of like a projection of her feelings and how they've manifested into this hatred towards all the people that she blames for what's happened in her life, right?
Yeah.
And including the dog, who I guess has been a nuisance to her, who knows? And she just, what does she do? She sacrifices all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very much how far would you go to have what you want, which ultimately for her is to walk.
Hmm.
Um, and the candies represent the relationships that she has, even though I was wondering, and maybe the box knew that Sophie was going to steal it, but what would happen if she ate that dick candy?
Yeah.
Because I was like, she's going to get some dick finally. Like, and then I also love when she's like, my pussy works, when she like finds out that she can feel the guy's hand on her thigh, and she's like, you better rail me right now before I turn into a pumpkin at midnight. Um, that's what I would do. It'd be like fuck fest 2025 if I couldn't all of a sudden I was like, it's working. um,
Well,
but
I was gonna say, well, let's we're gonna get to some spoiler, folks. So if you want to watch this
Then
ahead of time, because we're gonna talk about the end stuff, and I wanted to ask everybody kind of what they thought about kind of the way this ends and that kind of ideal. So that being said, spoilers coming on from now on. So if you want, stop, go watch this movie, check it out. Um, so with that being said, spoiler time. All right, my real question here is this: what would you two have done? Let's say everybody that has wronged you dies, and there's some people, they're casualties, people you love. Do you do exactly what that guy says to do and keep your ability to do whatever it is that you lost, like walking or whatever it is, and say fuck everybody else? Because if she does it, they all come back. That's the whole thing. Everybody who died comes back. Like
yeah.
it never happened, and you're back to being paralyzed. But if you don't take it and you do exactly that, you're there and they're all gone for good. What do you do?
we both
because it
had to
also
think about
one of the key things is that we
You
don't.
should notice on their faces because they both went like this. Shit.
Well, um, we also don't know what happens to the calendar because if she doesn't eat the candy, um, Pool Boy throws it and breaks the calendar, and he doesn't die because he's like, you kind of outsmart it by weaseling in before or the last clue, like semantics, basically. And if the calendar stayed broken, how many lives would you save?
Right.
And you can keep popping that pussy, you know what I'm saying? Um,
I like that.
I the only thing that I would Well, actually, I lied. As soon as the dog got involved, I was like, rewind everything, take everything back. My poor dog, which I honestly probably wouldn't be able to kill. That's the bigger question. Would you be able to kill your dog?
No.
Yeah, well, there's another question going to come up too. So we'll ask that in a little bit then.
My dementia dad, my dog, no. So, but this is, and maybe I'm just a man. And I apologize. This is not a reflection of anybody out there that may be in this situation, but like, is it a big deal for you not to be able to have sex, live a sexless life?
Great question. I don't know if I could do that.
Lance, I feel like you probably would struggle the most with this.
Fuck no.
I've
There's
seen
no
the
way.
notches in your bedpost. Yeah, we know.
There's no way I would do that. But Abe, same question for you as Mikey just got. What would you do? Would
I
you?
didn't even answer the first one, but
Yeah, answer the first one first.
Sexless life aid. Can you do it?
no.
See?
Honestly, I think
And-
I'd probably be dead because I wouldn't be able to kill my dog. But
Yeah, we wouldn't make it.
we wouldn't make it again, and everybody's gone. But if it wasn't for the dog, then definitely I would keep my legs. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be, try and say, let's bring all these people back. Especially how wrong, the only person I think I felt sad for was her friend. But again, her friend is the cause of so many of these problems in her life. And like, I thought it was really shitty of her to take her to that restaurant at the beginning because it just shows how people treat her. Like, clearly this place was not ADA compliant. And she's got to go through this whole bar in her
We don't know
wheelchair.
if they have it in Europe.
Yeah, and they probably don't really have much of that in Europe. But like, I would, if my friend, if my friend hurt themselves or broke their leg or whatever for a week, I would figure out what's a good spot to go so it's not like a big hassle. Like, I'm not gonna make you go fucking to Epic Universe and climb up and down the stairs all day. So
Fast pass. Hello.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Most people do like that too.
Yeah.
mm,
I because I'm correct me if I'm wrong because the details are fuzzy. Does William come back to life even before she resets everything?
No, William is gone. The only one she gets is the swimmer guy, who
That's enough, to be honest.
weirdly enough, basically figures out how to trick the
Oh,
thing out of
and he's
everybody.
super on board. As soon as she tells him, he's like, "I believe you, bitch."
yeah. He was the whole movie, really the only nice person to her, right? Because
Yeah,
he,
at the beginning.
well, at the beginning, even in the beginning, like it was, flirting with her.
I was gonna say William was only nice, like you were about to say. He was only nice because of the heart candy.
Yeah.
Like he didn't notice her previous to that. The guy in the pool did notice her way before that and said she was beautiful. Prior
Yeah.
to that, and didn't seem to have a problem with it. So yeah,
And he saved the fucking day. And the calendar didn't make her sacrifice him because I feel like it's people that, because remember, she's whispering to the thing all day. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. Bitch, you do blame her. You do. You just don't say it out loud, but the calendar knows.
Yeah.
And then also, too, I think she might have been resentful towards William because William would not have probably ever noticed her had she not put the candy in there. So I think
Maybe
she's
not.
starting to feel resentful towards him. And he dumped it. The thing kept telling you don't dump it.
I
Well,
know.
she
and
wrote
I
it.
was wondering if she didn't write it, would he have done it? Because I'm like, he didn't look like he was going to until you started writing it on the wall.
No,
Didn't they,
that's
huh?
true.
oh yeah,
I say
that's
that
true.
in German.
I mean, he
but-
probably read it backwards, anyways. Remember, because she wrote it. She
Yeah,
didn't
he
read
wrote it backwards. Instead of "don't dump it," he read "dump it." He didn't have time to finish.
Yeah.
But
Well, maybe he saw her in the window and then he realized this thing is fucked up. And maybe he did whatever. He fucking dumped it. And then
yeah,
of course the
So
creature I
walking on
just felt
water.
yeah, the creature I did not feel I just didn't like the look of it. I didn't think he was that scary. I think they were trying to make something like it felt like
Vecna.
it felt like a Hellraiser character. It's the Clive Barker type thing. And I'm
Yeah.
just like,
with some
See, I
weird
was gonna say
dress.
Did you feel that was kind of what it was? Was it like more like because the box, the actual calendar was almost like the tiny box from Hellraiser? You know what I mean? Because it's each thing. I mean, it didn't really give her. I mean, gave her pleasure in the sense of giving her legs back. But
And not pussy back.
yeah,
But I didn't actually think of Hellraiser at all. I thought it was supposed to be like a demon because of all the religious imagery. Because
yeah,
even though Hellraiser Pinhead is in the box and everything, I feel like that's more alternate universe type stuff. They don't really mention. He says and Jesus wept, but that's it. Um, but this one, like Jesus was all over the box, and Mary and Joseph, and so
oh, sorry, go on.
I just felt like it was kind of like a demon it's a demon in a box.
Did it feel like it was like basically the rules of Gremlins? Because there was a Gremlins reference earlier on where it was like rule 1, open it every day. Rule 2, eat every piece of candy.
Yeah, don't
I was
give it
like,
away.
yeah, basically don't toss it out or I'll kill you too. Everything will murder you.
Well, I didn't feel it was too gremlins either. I actually thought it was fine. It is a big like I was surprised because I don't remember the assault scene being that long
Yeah,
and
cool.
graphic. And it's even worse that he just dumps her on the side of the road with her wheelchair, not even in it. And so it's and then the whole dog, like that kind of, that's where it like takes a turn because I was really into it for a while. And I still think overall it is a decent movie. Glad I watched it again. Like I said, up until now that we're talking about spoilers officially, up until when um the pool boy comes over, 'cause she calls him over to like sleep with him. I don't remember anything at that point towards the end. So I don't even remember how it ended. But I do think it is kind of cool that the film does kind of play out, and this kind of goes in line with like Letters to Satan Claus. The film plays out like a Christmas movie, like a lesson learned, like a tough choice to make. And even though it's macabre and grotesque and visually assaulting, it follows the same theme of like you have to learn a lesson and oh, for the good of the people you give up, whatever, it's a wonderful life. And so I just thought it was kind of they formatted it smartly to mimic those types of films.
Christmas style.
Yeah.
Now, at a questionnaire for both of you, did you like the fact that they put in the blind man where you kind of start to learn a little bit more about the box, where you realize he had gone through it as well and he didn't remember anything because he didn't follow through at the end, or he followed through at the end where everybody came back? Because
Yeah,
obviously
I feel
he
like he
can't kill his,
needed.
yeah, like kill his wife. But then did you guys stay long enough to see at the very end where the guy comes to her house with the baby bleeding?
Because that was the movie was still running, Lance. Of course, I watched that. The credits did not start rolling. I thought you were talking about like after the credits roll.
Oh yeah, no, no,
Yes,
no, no.
and that's why I also said I will stay with the pool boy fucking me because if it destroyed the box, then we could have saved this poor baby that's gonna be with his dad or her dad, whatever's going on over there, and all because she wanted to save like what 5 people? My goodness.
So do you think that, like, do you guys think that means that she actually decided to do it anyways? Because
Oh
obviously the box still got to
yeah,
somebody else.
no, she definitely ate the candy because even whenever like the video she made would
Yeah.
not have existed if she didn't. Wait.
No, it would have existed.
No, because she did it before she ate it. So I don't know because like I'm wondering if like
Revelation
you
live.
dump it, if you dump it, like does it really go away? Because it came when he threw it in the lake, it came back out, right? So I don't think quote
Jumanji.
unquote destroying it really gets rid of it.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah, I guess
because
how would her
even
phone have worked?
yeah, but also it would have stayed because remember the blind guy made that thing that she found.
Right, but he actually took it, so it would stay in the box itself as a tool to warn you, because it still goes along with the theme of what it is. But if she hadn't done it, you know what I mean? I mean, again, this is like the Jumanji box. You know, even though they throw it in the water, it still pops up somewhere else. If they try to burn it, it doesn't really go anywhere. Like, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we're all fucked.
I don't know. I'm sure we can Google I don't know. Goons, you need to watch this movie and tell us what you think of it because
yeah,
it's not a bad movie. Like, I don't want to say whatever, but I'm over killing the animals. Like, I'm over it. Like, stop doing it. It's not fun, but I know whatever, it's going to keep happening. I started watching Good Boy and I had anxiety, and I know the dog doesn't die, so there's that.
Well, here's my gripe with the box. The real dick move of the box. How are you going to use the dog as a benefit for you and then make her kill it later? Because the dog helped you kill
Twice.
pervert. Yeah. The dog
Twice.
helped you.
Kill the boss and the fucking.
Yeah. And the pervert. And then you're going to go like, no, sir.
But that's the thing. That's where it comes to the moral thing. It's like, do you really want your legs? How bad do you want your legs? So technically, the dog gave the final thing to her, his life, which is another epic thought process to it all. And again, dog always giving everything to the human, and the human not giving as much.
I think it's interesting though that her father was able to, like, I mean, I know feeding him the chocolate meant that he could talk to her, right?
Yeah.
And
Somehow
so,
he
like,
knew what was going on.
yeah, and he knew, and he's just like, go ahead and sacrifice me. And honestly, her father's the only I guess the only other person that hasn't slighted her, right? Or maybe has because he can't remember her and she's resentful about that. I don't know, but it's such a sad part. And like that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like it could have been better for me if they had cut some things out. Like I knew she had to find the blind guys thing in order to understand like what could happen. Sorry. But I don't know. Like we could have moved that up sooner in the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do like when she gets the stepmom killed. He was like, "You had to sacrifice her too," and she's like, "No, that was just for fun." So
Yeah,
it
I know.
also kind of, even though like we were all on her side, it does kind of show that it is changing her a little bit because that's not something that she would typically do. Um,
Hmm.
so it's like, but also that stepmom deserved it.
Also, too, though, you think about it, man,
Yeah.
it's a weird kind of get the free kill card. Like people in your life, you know what I mean? Because obviously in the end, you might be able to bring them back. So you mean, or she figures it out at some point. It will all come back, and they'll all be back, and she'll be back in her situation.
Yeah.
So it's like if you really didn't like these people, you know what I mean? I mean, the boss, the guy, the Soltis earlier, like people of that kind of sort, the best friend, even though she seems more shitty than good in that sense.
She
Like,
doesn't.
of course, you two think so.
She's a good friend. They're dumb. They're young. They're like in their 20s.
Yeah.
Like, they don't think. She doesn't do anything on purpose. But if she was to have kept her legs, the only people that did not deserve it are the dog. The dad co-signed, so I'm fine with it. The friend and the friend's hookup.
Mm.
And William. They were like the only real innocent ones that didn't really deserve it. And so, I don't know if the movie wanted us to think that the best friend deserved it, but I don't think she did.
Well, I
Yeah.
also don't care about the boyfriend either because we had no time with him. We don't care for him.
But he's innocent. He was nice to her at the table, so
He was.
True. But again, I'm telling you, it's like a latent thing. Anybody she feels slighted against is going to get it. And
All right. Well, just to end this before we do, I guess there's a couple little trivia things if you guys noticed or not. It said on day 14, when she visits her dad, the dad's house number is also the 14th. Like, I guess address wise or number wise, which I didn't really notice either. And then let's see. When the guy from the pool leaves Eva's house and closes the gate, number 17 is visible for a brief moment. The next scene is 17th of December.
Oh, so it's like foreshadowing.
Yeah, like kind of like a what's that movie with death trying to kill everybody?
Life.
Well, yeah, but I meant the movie with
The Frighteners.
We're still with Frighteners, but I was thinking of damn it, Bloodlines. We just watched it. Why can't I just think of it? Where death chases you. You escape death and it chases
Final Destination.
Final Destination.
That has
Kinda
no
like-
connection to fun. No, it's not Final like nothing. So Lance, let's see if you were paying attention. When was her birthday?
Eva's birthday. If I'm not mistaken, it was December 2nd.
No.
Oh no, it was the 3rd because she had to open up 2 of them after she got it, right? Or 3 of them, so it was probably the 4th. So is the
She
fourth.
opened three of them, and then she couldn't, which I thought was really cool. Again, what I really enjoy about this movie is just all the details and the specifics they did with the box, the art, the
Yeah.
rules, the like, it doesn't open until midnight, like, because it's kind of it's like cool, but also like when you think about it, like, would I be freaked out or would I just think that maybe this is some kind of cool like new AI thing? You know how AI does everything these days. Um, so yeah, I like that.
Nice, nice. Is that your final thoughts? Let's get to the final thoughts. Let's go.
Yeah, I need to review this on Letterboxd. I don't think I reviewed it yet, and if I do, I'm gonna probably give it about three out of 5 stars.
Nice. Aid, other than the dog scene, I get that, but outside of that, what do you think of the movie itself?
Like 2.5 out of 5. Like I didn't hate it, but I'm not watching it again. And I also didn't feel it was very Christmassy. There wasn't that much snow. And also, like when she's in the park, when she's going out of her apartment, going to work, like I don't really, there's not really any snow. And then she's got the world's saddest Christmas tree in her house. It's got like a half a string of lights.
Aid, she
I'm
can't
like,
walk.
Yeah, I know. What
but I
is it?
How do you
realized she
expect her to
probably
put
can't
the
reach
tree
the top of the tree. Oh
Jesus.
my
Oh my
God.
God, could you imagine if that like the set designer just put decorations in the bottom half and left the top half blank?
They
That would have
did.
been pretty smart.
Realistic. But
Yeah.
fuck that.
I mean,
Oh
I'm
my
sure
God.
she could have gotten her friend to finish it for her, but
You know, Santa's coming to town and I'm talking so much shit today. I need to
Oh
stop.
my God.
I
Yeah.
know. And I keep talking about how it was very wintry, which makes up for, but also like how much of that is just France? Like I know the UK is dreary all the time,
Yeah. Well, that's very true.
but
All right, guys. Well, that's gonna be it. I like this movie. Yeah, I'm probably the same route as where Mikey is, about 3 out of 5. Honestly, like it just some of it, I guess because of the slow start of it, not as much gore as I care for, really, but it's still fun. It's a cool idea of it. I hope somebody else goes out there and makes one about having calendars and makes it more gory. Like shit, please come do it. Come up with a Jewish holiday horror movie. I haven't seen any of that in a while. Right?
there's a Hanukkah movie.
Is there?
We'll do that for Patreon.
Yeah, let's do that because like I just.
Be fun.
You know what I mean? There's all these little things that we don't take advantage of. You know what I mean? Like we do have the Black Friday one, but how many horror movies are on Black Friday? I mean, you could probably put it on one hand. You know, it's like
It's not one finger.
Yeah,
Um,
figure.
No, there was one scene that made me giggle because it reminded me of my kids, even though it was supposed to be like a tense scene at the time. It's when she finds the dick pill or the dick chocolate and she puts it in her bra. And Eva comes up all mad in her wheelchair and she's like, "What was in there?" She's like, "Just a piece of gum. Give it to me." And so she like pulls a random piece of gum out of her purse and gives it to her. And I was like, "Yeah, that's Olivia." Who opened my advent calendar?
I love that she chewed it too. Like she was like legitimately like.
Oh, she chewed it for all day, and then it switches to them driving at night. She's still chewing it. She's like, "Nothing's happening."
No,
Funny.
that was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. Well, that's a wrap on this week's episode. Want to see our faces while we ramble and figure out whatever word I'm trying to say this week? Well, you already know what it is, folks. Advent calendar.
That
That
wasn't
was
the
my
word
word.
you fucked up. This shit.
Yeah, that was my word. Check us-
Anaconda.
and check out our video cast over at youtube.com/slasherspodcast. Plus, don't miss our bi-monthly deep dives into all things horror nerdy on the comic shop. Coming back soon, folks, we swear, on the YouTube. The hot collab with Slashers Podcast and Much Ado About Nerding. Exclusive content or just can't get enough of us? That's true. You can't. Join us on Patreon for monthly exclusives, reviews, bonus episodes, and some killer new perks. Head over to patreon.com/slasherspod and become part of the band. Street Team, want to rock some slasher swag? Or merch is our merch. Our merch is available in Redbubble, where you support loud and proud slasherspod.redbubble.com. Is where you can get it, folks. Go get it. It's enjoyable, I swear.
You're gonna get in trouble, Lance. Stay on script.
I know, right? A's already giving me dirty eyes.
I'm just sitting here patiently.
Join the conversation. We're hanging out on Instagram, Slashers Pod, for everything podcast related, at Mutant Goons from Beyond for all things weird and wonderful. Yes, folks, get on it. Want to yell at us directly, like me or anybody else? Mostly me, I guess. You can find us on social media. Aid at Pathologically Aid. Mikey at Southern Fried Mikey. Me at Lance VS Hate. And if you can't figure out the devil box known as Instagram, then find us on Facebook. Come chill in the Mutant Goons from Beyond group for all the chaos. Big thanks to our amazing Patreons. Josh Gunn, Dinosaurs Will Always Be Awesome. Lauren Ellis, Kevin Leamy, Vladimir Lewis, Leslie Thurman, Cam, Gail, hi mom, and Press Eject.
Lori and I apologize for Lance's oversight, but he can't even say Anaconda. So what do we expect?
What am I talking about?
Mispronouncing
There's
my mama's name.
Her name is Laureen, not Lauren.
Loreen Ellis. She get it twice. There she goes. There.
Thank you.
If you want to join the team, head over to patreon.com/slasherspod and become part of the horror family. I can get your name right, or maybe I don't. You never know. It'll be fun. I'll say it twice. And always, thanks for listening. And remember, stay spooky, folks.
Goodbye and good night.
Don't die.
No.
Did anybody laugh whenever she was like, I'm a dancer. I was a dancer. And we do the flashback and it's ballet. I always thought it was like hip hop.
European.
I was like, oh, she's like a classical dancer. Okay.
And on that note, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Feliz
Yes.
Navidad. Say it in
Yeah.
German, Lance.
Was nos dosi? I don't know. I don't have any.
God.
Wow, that was probably something
Wow,
racist.
Lance. All right, I'm stopping this.